Hey everyone, it's Connor from Koyfin. We've introduced transcript summaries for our global library of transcripts covering all event types such as earnings calls, shareholder days, M&A calls, and more. These summaries will transform a transcript into an organized and compact overview of the call, removing the fluff. In today's video, I'm going to demonstrate how to use these summaries and share some context on our approach towards handling these summaries. To demonstrate, I'm going to search for Google and we will select transcripts and head over to the transcript summary. You'll now find a summary button on the top of every transcript, and clicking that button will open up the summary of that particular call. The summaries will adapt to each event type, so whether it's an earnings call or a presentation. For example, in this Alphabet Q2 earnings call, you can see that we're pulling out all of the KPIs and important data points and building a trend table for that. So for Google, we can see the revenue, we've got cloud services revenue, we've got YouTube advertising, and we have some commentary for the latest quarter on the right-hand side. Something to note here is that this pulls from the transcript, so if it's not in that call, it won't be in the summary. Now heading down, you can see after breaking out the KPIs, we have some commentary on the geographic situation. We've got some company-specific and strategic commentary. Now for each earnings call, this form of summarization will be adaptive. For Alphabet, we're talking about AI leadership and product innovation. We've got search and ads innovation. For a company like Chipotle, it might be about European expansion. It might focus on store count growth and comparable sales. It just depends on the context of the call. So scrolling down a little bit more, we have YouTube growth and expansion, some cloud context. We also have a section on the guidance and the outlook, breaking that down in tabular form. We have the risks and constraints, and then we also, of course, have the Q&A highlights with the question and the summarized response. And down at the bottom, you'll have the key takeaway from the call. And now on the left-hand side, let's take a look at this company conference presentation, and we'll summarize this one as well. So you can see the format is slightly different. It opens with the purpose of the presentation. We've got some context on strategic priorities and growth drivers, business trends, some product and platform updates, a little bit of context on capital allocation. Again, these will be dynamic and largely be constructed to focus on what was actually discussed in the call. And again, you've got the Q&A highlights. So this call focused on YouTube. As we can see here, it's largely discussing YouTube with Neil Mohan, the CEO of the company. But if we jump over now to an M&A call, we can see how that structure looks slightly different as well. So Alphabet to acquire Wiz. If we press the summary, we'll get a bit of details on the transaction overview. You've got the financial terms and deal structure, purchase price, transaction type, etc. You've got some strategic rationale, a little bit about Wiz, and you've got some context on potential synergies, financial and capital allocation impacts, timelines, regulatory and antitrust commentary, etc. And because we've expanded this to our entire library of companies and their transcripts, I'll just show you another example with Apple. So if we jump over to Apple and look at Q3 and hit summarize, you can see that we have all of the Apple specific KPIs being pulled out in this table. You can, of course, collapse and expand this because the table can be quite long. So I go ahead and collapse that, scroll down, you'll see that the company specific commentary is slightly different. It's talking about AI as well, but we've got some supply chain, some retail expansion, some M&A activity. And you also have the same capabilities of search that you do with a regular transcript. So if I want to select highlight terms and type in the word China, this is going to search through the summary and take me to all the instances where China is mentioned. So we can see here that growth in the region has reaccelerated. If we scroll down here, we can see that there's some more commentary on China, some more down here. You get the point. And just like a regular transcript, you can also print this as well. So if I press print up here, you can save this as a PDF or direct it to a printer if you have one in your house, and you can have a printed version of this summary in addition to the full transcript. So we've looked at two US companies. Let's jump over to a French company just to show a little bit of the international. So this is Louis Vuitton. Let's open up the latest earnings call, view summary. Same kind of thing. You've got the revenue for the half one performance. You've got the commentary. You scroll down and you have the same type of analysis, although this time it's focusing on the unique business segments that Louis Vuitton has. So wines and spirits, fashion and leather, perfumes and cosmetics, guidance, Q&A, risk, etc. If we go over to the left-hand side, you can see here that this looks like a shareholders meeting. It's probably an AGM. So if we press view summary, the reason for the call is the AGM. You scroll down, you've got some financial highlights, you've got some governance and bylaw updates, voting outcomes, etc. So these summaries will be dynamic, as I keep saying. These transcript summaries will be available in our Koyfin Plus plan, unlimited usage, and available all across the platform. Now, I did want to explain a little bit about the approach that we took here with transcript summaries. So a typical earnings call, like this one from Kurasushi, will take anywhere from 20 to 25 minutes to read through. Instead, we wanted to aim for something that took about 2 to 3 minutes to read. Most of the summaries that we saw out there in the market are closer to 30 seconds to read, favoring a highly condensed summary of events, typically in bullet point format. We've taken a slightly different approach, feeling that the super condensed format of summaries, while they do have a value, go too far and often lack in the balance between depth and brevity. We didn't want these summaries to be as concise as possible. Instead, we focused on reorganizing the important information into easier to consume chunks and removing the fluff. As a result, we think these summaries are higher quality, balancing the verbosity of a full transcript versus the lack of depth in providing just a few bullet points. What we've effectively tried to do here is maintain the meat and bones of the call, all the important details, and remove everything else. That just about does it for this video. As always, thanks for listening. You can reach out to us at Koyfin Charts across all of our socials. Our help desk is help@koyfin.com. You can drop a comment in the comments section below to let us know your feedback. As always, until next time, thank you.